Hey folks, this is Jake Davis bringing you a top 5 video today. Today, of course, I'm running down my personal picks of the top 5 films from the iconic, legendary filmmaker Alfred Hitchcock. Now, real quick, I was going to do this video days ago. I got so behind, I had problems with my phone, I got sick. I basically lost the last week of my life just trying to recover. So yeah, I wanted to get this video out a few days ago, mainly because a few days ago was my 1 year anniversary of having, since I started my channel completely. I mean, of course, if you've seen my views, there's no way now I'm getting monetized anytime soon. But I'm also not trying to get monetized. Not really. I mean, I just like doing this stuff. I do it regardless of if people watch at all. But the fact that people do watch makes me happy, because even though it's just a couple of folks every now and then, at least it shows that I'm not completely insane and alone. Anyhow, today, like I said, Hitchcock. So let's just get to Hitchcock. Hitchcock is probably the most iconic and legendary, recognizable filmmaker ever. Not to mention inspiring, inspirational, and revolutionary, all that kind of stuff. I mean, Hitchcock was a big deal. Just his silhouette is so recognizable, as it's my thumbnail on my channel. Yeah, I knew I had to do Hitchcock eventually. I wanted to put it off for my 1 year, and now I'm behind. Now I'm late about that. Excuse me, it's very early in the morning. Anyhow, number 5, Dial M for Murder. Dial M for Murder, released in the early 50s. Oh, fuck it. Early 50s, starring Ray Milland and Grace Jones. Grace Kelly, not Grace Jones. There is no Hitchcock movie with Grace Jones. Oh boy. Anyhow, that would have been interesting. That would have been a much different movie. Anyhow, the premise of the film is Ray Milland blackmails an old schoolmate into murdering Milland's wife, and when the whole thing goes haywire, and she actually, turns the table and kills her would-be assassin, Milland somehow spins the story and make it look like she killed her lover that she's cheating on her husband with. And it's a really good movie. It's a really good movie. It's pure Hitchcock. Great performances from Milland and Kelly. And it's most famous for its 3D effect with the scissors scene. But yeah, it's pure Hitchcock, and it's a very, very fun movie. Number 4, Strangers on a Train. Oh, man, Strangers on a Train is so fucking good, y'all. If you've never seen it, please see it. Farley Granger and Robert Walker. Robert Walker plays Bruno. The whole setup here is 2 strangers on a train that casually meet, and just having a friendly conversation. And as they're talking, Bruno gets the idea of, you hate your father, you hate your wife, I hate my father. Why don't we switch murders? I kill your wife, you kill my father. Crisscross. And just it's Guy and Bruno, by the way. Guy's a good guy. Granger. And he's just a guy on a train trying to get to his destination. He's just like, yeah, sure, man, whatever. Have a good day. Kind of stuff. But Bruno's dead serious. And he hunts down this guy's wife, murders the man's wife, and then is just like, when are you going to take care of my dad for me? Here's his work schedule, here's where he lives, all this kind of shit. And of course, because it's his damn wife, the cops are after Guy, thinking he murdered his wife. And yeah, it's a great movie, a brilliant performance from Robert Walker, and it may not sound exciting, but trust me, a fist fight on a carousel is riveting. Anyhow, number 3, I'm gonna cheat, it's a tie. Lifeboat and Rope. Now, I meant to say when I was talking about Dial M for Murder, in that film, Hitchcock practiced his limitation stuff. He liked to challenge himself and limit himself as a filmmaker. In the film Dial M for Murder, the camera never leaves the apartment, never leaves the couple's apartment. In Rope, the camera never leaves the boat, the lifeboat. And what Lifeboat is about is a handful of survivors after a ship sinks. We got a couple of civilians. I think we have a few soldiers. There's a Nazi, and they're just trying to survive this lifeboat, and it was really thrilling, intense as hell when I first saw it as a kid. And probably the most memorable part of the whole film to me was scene where it's raining. They got a blanket out trying to catch the rainwater in the blanket so they can drink it. Because if you ever grew up by the sea, you don't drink seawater. It'll really mess you up. Uh, but yeah, man, it's a great film with starring Hume Cronin. Just terrific movie. You guys definitely see if you ever get a chance. And tying with that is Rope. Uh, I love Rope. I've always been a huge fan of that film starring Jimmy Stewart and Farley Granger again. Uh, this time it's kind of inspired by the concept of not the concept, but the case of Leopold and Loeb, real pieces of shit. A couple of rich college kids who murdered a guy just to do it, and they got caught because he kept. Like they kept trying to help the cops solve the case. And I want to say like Clarence Darrow was one of their lawyers. It was him or Daniel Webster. anyhow, uh, anyhow, the deal with Rope is that these guys kill a classmate, and they're just to do it. Like I said, does it really matter if you kill a man? But what was so sick about what they're doing is they kill the guy, they put him in the chest right there in the living room, and then they invite like people over to have dinner like a few feet away from a corpse. And the people they're inviting are like the guy's girlfriend and his family and his friends. They're sick, twisted fucks. These guys really are. And of course, Jimmy Stewart is their teacher and slowly starts to figure out, hey, where's Bobby or whoever. And it's an excellent film, and it's in the illusion of one shot. Yeah, there's lots of stuff, you move up on somebody's back, and, why they switch reels and stuff like that. But, they didn't have digital editing like they do today, and, you couldn't just fake that kind of stuff. You had to try to figure out how to do it, on set. And, great shot of the, always love the way that the skyline through the windows, what do you call it, the cinemascope thing? That ain't right. The way it's slowly turning into dark in the back. It's just really patient work. They're very, very well done. Um, number two. Number two is probably most people's number two. Rare Window. Rare Window is the story of Jimmy Stewart is a sports photographer who breaks his leg, and he's kind of just stuck in his house. Now the film, like with the other Hitchcock films, he limits himself to where you don't see anything Jimmy can't see in the movie. It's always from like his perspective of stuff. He got binoculars and he's spying on his neighbors, but he's not really spying. He's just bored, just watching. He's not being perverted or anything like that. But he does accidentally witness his neighbor murder his neighbor murder his wife, and as he's trying to help the cops figure it out, he's trying to be sure he knows what he saw. It's a really good movie. Grace Kelly and Raymond Burr, a chilling physical performance. He doesn't have a line in the movie till like the last scene. It's a masterpiece. Please see Rear Window if you get a chance. Which brings me to my number one, and of course, it is Psycho. Psycho is easily number one for me, but that's not to say Hitchcock's movies aren't on this level. Psycho is a brilliant film, an amazing score, amazing performances from Anthony Perkins and Janet Leigh and Martin Balsam. It's a great movie. It's a great movie. It is one of the best horror films ever made, and I don't like I said about it when I did my best horror films video. I'm not going to tell you how it ends, because if you don't know the ending of Psycho and you haven't seen it, you're blessed. See Psycho and don't let anybody tell you how it ends. It's a brilliant film. It's just an amazing movie. Uh, and well, honorable mentions, of course. And to say honorable mentions for a Hitchcock movie doesn't really feel fair because a lot of them are so good. I mean, look at first off, Frenzy and the Birds. I did a whole retro review about the Birds early in the year. Frenzy is a very terrific movie. Like I said, those are probably Hitchcock's only three films: Frenzy, Birds, Psycho. Frenzy is about a serial killer. Notorious, Shadow of a Doubt, Saboteur, the shot with the guy falling off the Statue of Liberty. It's great stuff. Man, I mean, in North by Northwest, just one iconic scene after the other in that movie, and again, a great cast, and Cary Grant and James Mason. Uh, I'm rushing through this video. My voice is still kind of sore from the weekend and from the week of being sick. and I just, like I said, I wanted to shoot this video a week ago, and I didn't really get a chance to, and now I can. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please uh, share, whatever. See, I can't even remember how to do this right now. My mind is so messed up. What was your favorite Hitchcock movie? And did I cover it? I bet I did. But, I mean, yeah, Hitchcock's iconic, Hitchcock's legendary. I should have started this video with good evening. But, oh well. Can't do everything right. Anyhow, I'm Jake Davis, and I'll catch you on the fly.